Yeah.
Criminal to deliver the spoils of industry. Crimson are the rivers, bleed our grief into the sea. Steam train running on a restless rail, speeding right into the rising gale. Shovel harder 'cause we're on your tail.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Blades in the Dark, the Blackwater Exchange. It is episode 13. That's a 3, that's a 10, that's a 13. 13 episodes, guys.
Yeah.
This is a show about a crew of audacious career criminals and sometimes successful deception without murder.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean,
the first time.
That's a good point. We managed it.
You managed it without killing someone.
I mean, we tried to lock a door and then it ended up having to kick it in, but
And smash the potted plant.
I'd smashed
Oh, there was potted plant murder.
Yeah, there was. So, sorry.
Hopefully that doesn't count towards our heat.
Yeah, it's very rare. It was a very, very exclusive fern. But yeah, guys, you had a bit of an intrigue session last week. A bit of a, 2 weeks ago. I was unfortunately ill last week. The first time it ever happened in my DM career. But we're back today with a vengeance. So, yeah, guys. So to go straight into it, picking up where we last left off. Bit of a recap. You were at a familiar, or a figure who was known to both of you as party, Horf von Drakenberg's gathering, where he displayed the potential for wireless energy, which he claims uses a fraction of the electroplasm needed that is currently powering the city. You ruined this for him, or definitely helped do so, but in the process of doing so, you made another deal with your friend Harvale, the owner or the proprietor of the Centrulia Club, who you've come to realise is some kind of demonic creature in a human guise. And he has tasked you with, after killing one person, for him to kill a second one. And that person is Una Faris, the Sparkwright, a bit of a genius. And that word's often overused, but not in this case. She is early 20s, 23, 24, but she's an absolute prodigy when it comes to Sparkwright and engineering. She is able to make those, for those who ever read Sherlock Holmes, those Holmes-like leaps of logic to massively advance the cause.
She's researching alternate power sources. And
she is.
I think Thadeus has gotten a bit of a respect for her work.
As someone
I suppose,
someone who's an engineer himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys decided to find out more about her. And but you actually went there with the intention, I think, to kill her. You actually went. You know she was either lecturing in university or at her factory in Coleridge. You went to the factory, and you actually did find her. She was surrounded by several people. They were doing several tests. You amazingly bluffed and charmed your way into doing some routine inspection maintenance, and then realised you guys found out that the test she was running was to see basically how much energy electroplasm generates. And what she's come to realise is that on a smaller scale, it's not as efficient as people are led to believe. But then when it's multiplied to run an entire city block, and in turn the city, it's huge. That this difference is huge.
Yeah, there's a big energy loss.
Yeah, it's taken far more than it's taken far more to power the city than has ever been reported. And just it's that whole, every kid's taught 2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah.
But the basic conclusion she's drawn is 2 + 2 is actually 5 in this case. And it was a big thing for Thadeus, I think, to realise it's actually she's right. You can't see a flaw in her logic. You found some papers, you've gone to study it, and realised she's onto something here. You also found, through some very good rolls and searches, a book or a document, a dossier she seems to be researching, which is the accidental deaths of previous Sparkwrights who have looked into alternate fuel sources over the years.
Well, that we didn't realise that straight away.
No.
We thought maybe the accidents was something to do with her personal research, like the new technologies she's developing. We thought it might have something to do with that, but like digging into it a little bit, I think it was like sort of post.
I think you studied
post credits sort of thing like that. Like
I think it's post credits just before.
Just
before the end. But if I recall, I think Thadeus stayed up studying it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it was either study all these papers we gathered from the desk.
That was it.
Or study the book.
Yeah.
And I think I rolled really well on the paper side of things, because I was more interested in what was going on scientifically, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But it sort of, I don't know, it gave a snapshot into what the book was about as well.
Yeah.
I think.
So you found that she's a researcher in alternate fuel sources, and that because of this, or she's at least clocked that her predecessors have all been discouraged, it seems, accidentally.
Yeah.
Real shame. Definitely not a conspiracy.
No, I mean, I mean, it looks like we've basically uncovered like quite a large conspiracy, like which goes all the way to the top. Which I think I've probably said
actually
a couple of
said
times.
several times. It goes
Like,
to the top, man. They don't care about us.
We might inadvertently be part of now.
Yeah, I mean, we're working for the big guy, so
Yeah.
we're loving that at the minute, apparently. But yeah, it's so the upper tier can keep a monopoly on the energy market, so they bump off anyone who is researching this energy loss and is into alternate fuel sources. We know Horth, the person who hired us to do the job, mixes in those circles. We know he's a demon or he's got demonic.
Horth?
Sorry, Horth and Harvale.
Yeah.
Harvale asked us to do the job, sorry.
And he mixes those circles.
Yeah, and he mixes
Horth
in
is
those
not a demon that they know of.
No,
if he is, they don't know it yet.
No.
Just clarify.
Harvale, we do know is a demon.
Harvale, you know is a demon, definitely. Yeah, we have
no.
nothing away.
Okay.
Yeah, Horth may or may not be a demon, and that is no way to wolf.
Yeah.
You just don't know. No, you're totally right. The conspiracy, or the behind Doskvol, the major source of income is the fuel. It's electrified, it powers the entire city. And the nobles, and particularly the big six of the city council, have an absolute iron-like vice grip on that market.
Yeah.
The Arubians also have a huge stake in it. If the Leviathan hunting was to be exposed for possibly less profitable than it was, and or had a competition, it would shake not just Doskvol but across numerous cities. It's the number one source for the vast majority of wealth.
I mean, the other thing to mention as well is that when we bumped off our first target for Harvale, we saw like a bit of a aftershock in the ghost field, which came as part of like a mirage or an image which apparated in front of us, where we saw five figures like basically in doing a ritual which seemed to bring Harvale to the physical world or something like that.
Yeah.
One of the people was one of the guys who we bumped off in that episode.
So you already killed him.
And Una was also one of those five people. Sorry.
She was. Yeah. And the third one was Lord Strangford, who's the Leviathan hunter. You recognised him. And
there was also Irene of the Blessed.
There's Irene the Blessed, who is a cultist who hangs around Night Market, I believe, for the most part. And there's another one you don't yet know.
Yep.
Yeah. So you've killed one of the five. So Harvale, and I think you guys come to the conclusion at least that you believe that Harvale's likely to do these five.
Yeah.
Because it's two of them. You're on the second one so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of them is Strangford, who is probably the most successful, he is the most successful, probably the most famous and infamous of the Leviathan hunters. Yeah. Strangford's particularly infamous because it's the older brother, which is rare. So his younger brother is in the council, and the elder one runs the Leviathan fleet. It's usually the eldest goes into the council. Strangford turned that down, which was a big shock at the time, being a big scandal, to basically go out and hunt demons, for whatever that's worth. So, I think the scene we left it on last time was Thadeus saying to Merrick, "You might be on the wrong side on this one."
Yeah.
And Merrick seeming to disregard that, so we've got a job to do.
We have got a job to do.
We've made a deal with a demon.
So, that is where we last left off. So, a quieter score, not necessarily a small one, a quieter one, and you've sat on the information, and you're going to sit on the information for several days while you decide what you do. So that's downtime. So, in downtime, of course, Lewis's favourite thing is payoff.
Just give us some money.
So, you get 2 rep.
Hey.
Because you did a successful job, and you've just basically maintained stuff.
Cool.
2 rep.
2 rep.
2 rep. You have an income of 4 coin for this downtime.
Okay.
I think we're on.
So we have 7 currently in the vault, so we can fit 1 more in the vault, and then I guess
2 more.
Can we-
Sorry.
Yeah, we can fit 8 in the vault, so I guess we'll just split the rest between us.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's a small job. So you got your general income. You know, you've got some information. You can sell some assets, but you've got your general income. Nothing particularly.
Yep.
And the crows want 2.
I mean,
Every time they know you sell as part of the deal you made, you've got turf, and they always want the money.
When we say the crows, this is Lissa's crows.
This is Lissa's crows now because Bella's dead.
yeah, I mean that's another thing to mention as well is that in the episode before last week, we basically got. Oh, was it the start of that episode? We got dragged into a meeting.
You got literally dragged.
No, it was a week before.
I think it was a week before, yeah.
You were hooded, bound, and dragged.
And basically they said, long story short, they want us to get a bomb into the Lamp Black's base and basically.
Now, to put that in perspective, a bomb in Doskvol is the same as a bomb in modern West.
Yeah, it's like a big bomb.
It is a terrorist. They want you to commit a terrorist
I
act.
think we should probably pay the people who've got the bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean that's another thing which is going on.
2 coin paid.
Last week as well, we had to send one of our mates to jail to take a rap for us to get rid of some heat. So.
Yeah, the inspectors. It looks like someone's actually put in the case for arrest.
Yeah, they tried to. They came for our.
So you've paid Harvale to take the fall for you. Not Harvale. Sorry,
Harker.
everyone does the H. Harvale, Harker. Yeah. So Harker,
Harker.
your friend, Merrick's friend,
Harker,
who he worked with in university and was expelled alongside Merrick in university, who's been in and out of jail for most of his life, took the fall for you.
Yeah, we paid him off.
Yeah, we paid him off with the promise that you'll look after him.
Yeah. We said we got contacts in the judicial system.
And he's going for away for about a year from what you've heard.
Yeah.
You know, maybe less for good behaviour. He can bribe the right people.
I'm going to say we will give it to the crows. So
Yeah, I've given 2.
All right.
So you have a net of 2 to go to the crows.
Cool.
Lissa stays happy, ish.
For now.
For now. Of course, Doskvol you are criminals, and criminals draw attention from the law, and you have heat. So heat you usually get from things like killing people, jobs against a high-profile target, hostile turf. All that's the heat. In this, you get 1 heat,
which is reduced to 0.
Reduced to 0.
Reduced to 0.
High,
No heat.
Contact.
So something happened. There's a break-in at the Coleridge factories.
Oh, because that's another thing as well. Because I actually left a note
You did?
on the desk, say basically I researched and found out who her rivals or academic equals are, and basically tried to stitch them all by putting regards whoever that is.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Ha! I have your documents.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Which is another way we could lure into a trap if that's what Thadeus wanted to do. But
So you have 1 heat, which due to your contacts in the Centralia Club,
high society,
you do have connections to some judges and magistrates.
So
You can deflect. We can't completely negate, but you can deflect bits of heat. So in mechanical terms, you reduce the heat by 1, and it goes to 0. No heat, which I think is the first time it's ever happened.
I think so. Yeah. Usually our jobs are quite loud or involves killing someone. So that's good.
My favourite one so far is still that death in the back of the carriage where you threatened him to the gun's mouth, and you're very scared of him, so you in a scuffle, you pull the trigger and you shot him, you're like, oh, I don't need to kill him. Like a high profile lawyer. Dead. Entanglements, my favourite part of the game. What is your current heat level?
0-1.
0-1, so I roll 1
Wow,
die.
did you?
Levels of 1.
Yeah, so I roll 0 heat.
0 heat, 1.
So I roll 1 dice.
Is it not 2 dice?
No. 1 dice, but it's on this lowest chart. Okay, cool.
Got a 3.
Cool.
Oh, I can just put some dice on there. Forgot I've got a job.
Come on, Dan.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What's your cohort's flaws?
Our cohorts are thugs, are principled to crow's foot, as in they won't attack them, and they're vegan.
And they're vegan. Oh yeah, they're vegan.
Dr. Flint is unreliable.
Dr. Flint is unreliable.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that came up last session when I sent a part of a school which had some runes on, which was actually one of the 5 school It had like some weird.
There was
runic etchings
glyphs, runic on the inside of the skulls, and you sent off to the Flints of Beast.
But he wasn't around.
And and you chastised your guys for
for
posting it in the wet box.
Just like
made them go back and get it. And you go back every day and do it. And you hand it to him in person.
Yeah.
And then I think Thadeus said that actually went, no, I'm going to do it anyway. And he, after the tell them took it off and went, I'm going to do it. So we waited to hear from Flint. Yeah, Flint's been away for a little bit, it seems. Flint is away, or he has been away, but that's not your biggest trouble because you find out that, unfortunately, Mad Jane has been in a bit of a scuffle.
Oh dear.
In Silvershore.
Mad Jane.
Of course she has.
At the Silver Star Casino.
Okay.
Mad Jane's a bit of a drinker. She likes to drink much. Mad Jane being ex-military, ex-captain no less.
Yeah.
And she's called Mad because she walks around with a bloody great broadsword and sings great gusto military songs when she's not fighting. Because all she wants to do is fight.
And she's on our side.
She's on your side.
She's just one of the gang.
She's in the gang. You have to score to recruit her in Tombstone. You get a letter in flowing handwriting implying that you have been kicked out of the Silver Star Casino and you are not allowed to return there unless reparations are made due to Mad Jane being a known associate of the Blackwater Exchange.
So she was basically going around shouting to Blackwaters.
She's a known one, absolutely, and it looks like something to do with what you can gather and what you guys find out through your peers is that something about the vultures who used to operate around the area. Mad Jane got into a bit of a scuffle, fought some of the bouncers of security at the Silver Stag and then smashed a few tables with a sword. No one was killed. Few broken ribs and bones, but no one was actually killed.
Well, that's good.
So I've been banned over a bit of mess. Come on, dude.
Yeah, so you can either forfeit rep, equal to your tier +1. So you can forfeit 2 rep.
2 rep.
As basically, word gets around that you guys can't keep your gang under control. That happens, and you can cause trouble. You can make an example of Mad Jane, let everyone know that.
Oh, I'd love to see this from Merrick. I'd love to see this.
Or you can face reprisals from the wrong party. And whatever that may be for Helene. So Helene...
Reprisal.
Yeah, but that's an opening term for... reprisals from a legitimate businessman might be very different from, from Lissa. Like, reprisals vary from person to person. But basically, reprisals from the wrong party. Which is at the moment the Silver Star Casino, and particularly Helene.
Which is your vice purveyor.
Which is my vice purveyor. Which kind of cuts me off a little bit.
I think this one's on Merrick.
How stressed you feel, Merrick?
Yeah.
More stressed after feeling I've been kicked out of the Silver Star Casino.
Yeah. So how did you find out this? You got a letter through, but were you there, or did you go? Or did you find out by going there and being like, you're not allowed in? Or did you see the letter before you went?
I think probably go in there.
And you get back and the letter's waiting for you.
Yeah. And he'd have been just like, what the fuck? I'm being banned over a bit of mess.
Yeah, when you get there, you're barred. They are storm as well. Like, no, you're just not allowed in. You're like, there must be something wrong. Like, I'm always no, you're not you. There's no mistake identity. It's personal. You, Merrick Daines, are not allowed in here. They absolutely stonewall you. You ask to see someone. I want to speak to your manager.
Yeah.
No, you don't get anything.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. There's literally no details till I get home and get this letter.
Yeah, no details. You just are not allowed entrance.
Okay.
And you're like, I paid my debt. I've got no debt. No. Am I on the list? No. Will you take a bribery? No. Yeah. None of the usual tricks work.
Damn it. Okay.
Look at my fine clothes. No.
So what is it? What does it? Does it say what they want in terms of reparation, or
they want you to pay?
Does it say how much?
2 coin.
2 coin or 2 rep, is it?
2 coin to fix it.
Yeah.
2 rep to basically you forfeit 2 rep. You'll be allowed in eventually.
Yeah.
Or you can make an account for Mad Jane, or you can take actions up to you. But you can do you got to do something to make the Silver Star Casino feel that you are a valuable customer.
Mad Jane kind of scares me.
I
don't think I want to make an example of it.
If you want to pay the coin, we can pay the coin.
Yeah.
2 coin. It's up to you.
I'll pay the coin.
So we've now lost all the coin. We've just gave them that last.
Yeah.
So you pay the coin.
2 coins.
Take 2 coins. Pay the 2 coins to the Silver Stag Casino. Next time you go, you are let in. Though you feel there's a little bit of a closer eye on you than usual when you're let in. Helene is the perfect example of professionalism, and she smiles and serves drinks and nods as you come in, tips her little, her little jaunty little top hat at an angle.
I'm gonna be just a little bit colder towards her, and just like.
If she notices, she doesn't show it.
Yeah. You're gonna win your money back.
You notice that one of the tables you just say, it's not there, but yeah, and they've had to look like they've got some new tables in.
Are you actually going to stress relieve today in downtown?
Yeah, I think I am.
Ooh,
Are we going to
downtown
activities?
Downtown activities.
Okay, I guess I'll do that there. It's a much more of a like. It doesn't feel quite as calm an environment, but
This is where you crit now, and you overindulge. You can
oh, I mean, I'm probably going to overindulge. It's going to be a 6, but I'm going to do it anyway.
So 6 is overindulge. 6 is overindulge.
Overindulge.
So again, just to remind for those at home, he's got 5 stress. He rolls a couple of dice, and he removes stress equal to the highest dice roll. If he goes over the stress he's got, because a vice is not a controlled habit, you get too many drinks or too into the gambling, and something bad can happen.
Yep.
Including you go on a bender and go away for a while, which is my favourite thing. But when you come back, all your stress is cleared and you healed.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like you disappear for weeks, like a couple of weeks.
I mean,
you come back
if you overindulge, all your stress is healed anyway, right?
Yeah. But I think also you physically heal, like any.
Right.
There's something to it, like you get
cool.
better. Yeah, it's
All
quite
right.
funny.
Well, here we go. First roll of the dice.
So a 6 is overindulge.
It's a 6!
That's overindulge. Oh my god, it's amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely, what a start.
He's just trying so hard to win that money back.
Welcome back to Blades in the Dark. Characters, where is overindulge and vice? There we go. 156. Oh man, I've done this for a while.
Yeah, it's because of the tension in the air. I'm not paying attention. I am just like it's distracting.
You
more than anything.
Right,
like I come to this place because this is a place where I can just be myself and not give a shit. And then they're pulling this shit and like watching me. I just like, what are my options?
So here's your options. You've got 4, and then you tell me which one to choose and how it goes.
Okay.
First means you attract trouble, and I get to roll an additional entanglement.
Okay.
Oh.
Actually, it's a select or roll.
That's alright. We're on 0 heat.
You brag about your exploits, and you gain 2 heat, and the high side you will not do this.
Yeah,
you're
one
more
per
than one
time.
physically
One per
talking.
time.
Yeah. Lost. Merrick goes away for a few weeks. You play a different character until you return from your bender.
I'd love to do that if I had.
When you come back,
ready.
you've healed any harm.
I need to make a backup character.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
that,
In case
yeah.
you're lost. And finally tapped. They kick you out. And they've already barred you once, and they bar you properly. They do not let you back in. You got to find a new vice purveyor.
So, I mean, it's either going to be heat or an entanglement, isn't it? It's up to you. What do you think makes sense? Like you're there gambling. You I don't know. Are you trying too hard?
Do you piss off the wrong person at the table?
Yeah, I think I do. I think all this extra watching, all this extra security, it's just pissing him off. He's not in, his head's not in the game. He's probably just pissing someone off. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay, let's see you piss off. Let's see that table and who you piss off.
5.
2.
At least it wasn't a 3.
2.
You get kicked out.
Yeah, same thing again.
Bad Jane's there.
Yeah. You watch her smacking the table.
Merrick asks the casino
This
if
has
she
not
can
been
come
a
back
good
in.
day.
Magic.
Oh my god.
No, don't do that face. Don't do that face.
2 can't be really bad.
So it's like a 1 to 3. It's the same.
Oh, right.
But it can be. There's a couple of choices.
Okay.
There's a couple of choices. Okay. Let's give you guys a choice. So I always think, as someone who enjoys playing poker, my philosophy from poker with a lot of life is that when possible, give someone else the choice.
Yeah.
So I need one of you to volunteer a friend or vice purveyor to be harassed by the bluecoats. They're gonna get taken.
I mean, LaRose has already been taken by the blue.
You've been arrested.
Yeah, LaRose's been arrested. Harker's been arrested. We're running out of people.
I've got my.
I want it to be Mad Jane.
Okay, yeah, same as James.
It needs to be a friend of vice player, not part of your game. It's someone on the periphery of your crew. Basically, the blue coats are going to twist someone's arm, who they think that is a little bit of a weaker chain, to try and get something out of them. You guys have suddenly lost a lot of heat in game, in fluff terms.
I mean, it's probably
that inspector.
We don't have many friends left.
That inspector's going to want to know. Wait, what happened? Why weren't they arrested?
I mean,
why aren't they on trial?
It would make sense if it was the casino purveyor. Sorry, what was her name again? Helene, yeah. I mean,
that's just gonna get me banned again.
It makes sense if she got arrested.
Would,
how would that happen though? Like,
when you select it, and I'll tell you.
How would your actions? Like, okay, yeah. Should we say Helene makes sense? Doesn't make anyone else, does it?
I don't know how it ties together, but yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Something about what Merrick does in that casino gets Helene in trouble.
Yeah, I know exactly what he does in that casino. Well, no, I know exactly what they think he does.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So. You can either pay off the blue coats, because Merrick, while you're there, you're brought in by the blue coats. Once you finish your gambling,
this is the last fucking thing I need right now.
You literally, as you walk outside, it's just, hello. Would you like to come with us, sir?
I assume that's not an invitation.
As you see literally the sea of blue surrounding you, you realise, no, it's not.
Run!
No.
Fine.
You're caught off guard a little bit. They bring you in, and as you're there, you see that while you're in the interrogation room, and there's nothing too unusual, nothing too harsh. Every now and again you get brought in. This is stuff that we don't even see on camera. You know, you guys get brought in every now and again, some routine questioning.
Yeah.
But as you're walking out, you see in one of the other rooms, there looking pretty pissed off, pretty distraught, her arms crossed, her legs folded, arms folded, legs crossed, is Helene. And you see a blue coat standing over the table, and he's got some papers, and he's shouting at her, he's pointing his finger like that, he's going to slam onto the table. And you stop and you realise, and then she looks up at you, there's just this fire in her eyes, she's like, and you realise just that instant, you know through that glass, this is a connection here. This is something I don't even know, we don't even know what you've done. For some reason, they've linked the two of you, or they're attempting to. So, we need to make a fortune roll for her, to see if she talks. Or you can pay the blue coat off with a coin.
Oh my god, this...
You're
costing us money, Merrick.
I don't see why she wouldn't talk, so let's do the fortune roll.
Oh my goodness, why?
Okay, do the fortune roll.
She don't know anything.
No, wait, she got 6.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's for her.
good.
That's for her. That's okay.
She got 6.
Okay.
She got 6.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay.
What does Merrick do? Does he wait around to see if she walks out soon, or...?
If he's being let go?
Yeah, you get usual questions of, I don't know that person, I don't recognise that body, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
The usual stuff.
And as I'm walking out, I see Helene.
You see her through, and it's not the same interrogation room, it's more an office, but she's being properly, harassed. You can hear the noise, the tenor of the sergeant's voice shouting at her. Can't make out the words, but you can just know he's yelling at his red face. He's here for the window.
No, I think I just leave and make a mental note to talk to her next time I go to Silverstone Casino.
Okay.
Are you quite done, sir?
I don't want to imply there's any more connection by waiting around for it.
True.
Interesting.
What's the news on the street, Matt?
Headlines.
Rivers of blood, put it that way.
R.O.B.
So, news on the street the last few days. Liz has turned the tide of the war. After killing Bell, so the Land Blacks having gathered a lot of resource, spent several weeks doing their preparations, and using the water rats to smuggle weapons to them, some military grade stuff, had been taking some serious ground and taking nearly half of Crow's Foot, forcing the Red Sashes and the Crows to come together. They were further strengthened when half of the Crows split and joined them, or approximately half. They had the people momentum on their side and they had the better weapons, but Lyssa, who is known to be quite the ruthless cutthroat, seemed to be a bit like a cornered animal, and when no one thought she could do it, the dice thought otherwise, and she has turned the tide. She killed Bell last week. She put a bounty out on Bell and Barjo. Bell's was claimed. Bell is dead.
Former crow.
Which a few of the crows then came back to the fold.
Yeah.
The water rats have sued for peace with the crows and leaves the lampblacks on their own. And they're basically their supply of weapons is dried up. Like, yeah. So that's not the biggest news. Now the reason they've sued for peace is because what is now being called the Market Day Massacre, a whole about 20 to 30 lampblacks, if rumours be believed, were killed in a crossfire.
Oh shit! So they got ambushed.
They got ambushed. Broad daylight, or daylight is a relative term in Doskvol, but middle of the afternoon, and it seems like most of the people knew it was going to happen, because what was a busy market street, suddenly, now this is what you guys hear, and again, as always, the stories are embellished and told, but this is what you piece together and what you see in the news reports. It's a huge, huge thing. As several, for whatever reason, of the lampblacks were being led through, or were going about collecting the usual protection, right? Some of the local shop owners began to open fire. The reason it wasn't the usual shop owners. More lampblacks came, and a bit of a running battle ensued. And it seemed that whoever it was, and mostly the crows, because the red sashes seemed to be holding their fortress-like school, the crows began to fall back, and the lampblacks pressed on. At that point, the streets completely emptied, and where the market vendors who had been firing on them was like a few of them. Now it's any member of the public kind of fled, and the whole area was full of crows, and it was just a crossfire. So the Market Day Massacre has come to known. The bodies range from about approximately 20 to 30 lampblacks, which is over half the gang. Not to mention the weapons they were carrying has been lost.
Oh.
What you see is that it wasn't, rumours saying it wasn't just the red crows, it was some red sashes helped them, but Lissa apparently was sighted walking over the bodies not long after in a definite show, and was later letting herself be photographed. That real show of, yeah, I did this, I'm taking credit for this. So, yeah. But what basically rumours are is that as the lampblacks went through, people ducked down, came back up with weapons, waiting for them. They attacked them, drew them in. Once they drew them in further, just all hell broke loose. In what should be one of the busiest streets in the district, on one of the busiest days, first of the week, market day, people, kids everywhere, everyone knew this was going to happen, and somehow word didn't get out to the lampblacks. So either Lissa's paid a lot of people off, or a lot of people are so scared of her and they didn't talk, or whatever the case was, but somehow she got the whole public area to disperse and just leaving her cutthroats with weapons.
Okay.
So
it's a good thing we're on the right side of this war, eh?
And then following that, you heard the water rats have told Lissa that, you know, we're just smugglers, we're not fighting. And they've been told, or whatever the case, however everyone's come to, is they seem to have been left alone. And what you heard is that they're no longer supplying the lampblacks.
Okay.
They're focusing their efforts on their own growth in their own district.
Wow, okay. Heavy losses. Wonder if they still want us to bomb them. It's like...
A finishing blow?
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
The lampblacks now 1 week. They've been reduced by 2.
The lampblacks are 1 week. We're one strong. We're better.
We're bigger than lampblacks.
I'm not surprised they lost. Well, they lost half the dudes, didn't they?
The only thing it's done for the lampblacks is it's convinced those who are loyal to them to be almost fanatically loyal. Because the lampblacks, a lot of them are from Crowsfoot. I mean, a lot of the crows from Crowsfoot, or the vast majority of the crows from Crowsfoot. But the lampblacks are seen as local lads, local girls, standing up to the powers that be, you know, making themselves do. And because they're ex-guild, you know, they had a job, it's not their fault, right? They had a job, they were honest people.
Yeah.
The government kicked them out of work. The
Yeah.
government basically took crap on them.
Yeah.
You know, they've got to make ends meet. So the lampblacks have always been seen as this, like, you know, honourable rogues, lovable rogues. So those loyal to them and those who've got family, they will be those who will stick with them to the end. And that's the only good, if you want to call it that come out of it for them, is it's galvanised whoever remains loyal to them.
See, this is why I don't think our thugs would help us like with this, and probably wouldn't be happy if they found out we were up against them because of their loyalty to Crow's Foot.
They have a loyalty to Crow's Foot, which means that it is in their best interest that this war be over. They have families here.
I'd love to see you.
People are getting caught in the crossfire every day.
I'd love to see you word that to them, Merrick, in that way. That's quite a deal to sell. Right, downtime. You've done one.
I've done one.
I've got a new special ability, Analyst, which means during downtime I get to distribute 2 ticks amongst any long-term project clocks that involve investigation or learning a new formula or design plan. So, what have we got for the minute?
The key to that is he can't tick up Tainted or...
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Song.
You can't take me! You can't take me!
The ones with Merrick Day, MD,
Merrick
on
Daines.
the bottom, I can't do, or even Source of Tainted, which probably should be that one over there.
No, investigation, right?
Oh yeah, but I don't know.
You don't know
anything
about it, so yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, doesn't know about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to help. Yeah, you could help if you knew about it, but yeah.
Thinking maybe I get that Dead Highways. Oh, it's only I only need 3. But if I do, okay, yeah, I'm gonna tick the Dead Highways for 1.
How do you help? How do you help Tombstone? You just give her the resources, give her money. What do you do?
Yeah. Basically, I've got better at analysing my own results from reading these scientific papers and stuff like that. It's just broadened my awareness of a scientific method, which maybe I wasn't aware of before, and it sort of opened my mind a little bit to a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
Which has allowed me to go back and have a look at my previous results and sort of like gather some more conclusions from it.
Yeah. So you're helping Tombstone discover how to traverse those highways.
Yeah, which is this is sort of like in tandem with another storyline we've got going, which is like us providing a lot of drugs to a Leviathan hunter, and trying to get our drugs to
recall
selected memories,
so allowing the user to actually choose a memory, not just have a good one appear.
Yeah. And I think the key to that might lay within the Ghost Field or the Dead Highways.
Which is ironically when Merrick got tainted. Not ironically at all, but that's when you got tainted. Interestingly, when you got tainted.
Not that Merrick knows that.
No.
He was assuming it was a Harvale thing.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? That's why he questioned him, and
Yeah.
Harvey was like, "What are you on about?"
Yeah.
What do you think we'll be doing this episode?
Well, I mean, I think we've got a choice of 2, basically. We've either got finishing off Una, or we can do the Lamblocks.
I think we need to continue the story with Una, to be honest. Like we've kicked that off.
Yeah, probably.
And finish that, and maybe just sit on the Lamblocks to see if the war sorts itself out before we have to do anything major like rip a bomb off.
But if we're not involved, then we don't get a third of Crow's Foot.
That's very true. Very, very true. But we're already like pretty big in Crow's Foot anyway, being, judging by our gang status. But yeah, no, you are right. I'll stick another one on to one of bowler gun blueprints. Why not?
You've been working on that bowler gun for a while.
I'm going to finish it today because I've also got 3 downtime activities. So yeah, the first.
Oh, before you go into that,
go on.
What a surprise!
You do also hear that Whale has left to say.
Oh yeah, the second
Second
leader of the Vultures,
Yeah.
and we killed a Scope in the episode.
The thugs you've got, and what the rumour gets back to you, you knew that he got into hiding,
Yeah.
and that he was trying to leave the city, and that while you guys went after Una, he used the last couple of days to get away. That's what you heard. Rumours get back to you from various sources that someone matching with his description, a couple of the Vulture description, his die-hard crew from his ex-Leviathan days have boarded the passage out of the city and it was bound for the Imperial City.
Cool.
That's good for us.
Yeah, I mean, we were going to have to try and kill him or something, I suppose, but if he's out of the city, I'm sure he'll come back. He'll come back soon.
No.
Yeah.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone to make a new life. I'm an optimist.
Oh, I got...
So you're not at war. You've got 5 downs of activity between 2 of you.
I've already done 1.
You've already done 1, you've got 4 left. 3 downs of activities and 2 free ticks. It's amazing. Wow, you can start ramping these clocks up now.
What are 2 free ticks from? Is that your new...
It's my new thing. Analyst, yeah. So,
wow, look at all those dots in your thing now, Merrick, on the right. Wow, it's
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
white. Wow.
I have nothing in like the rest of them.
So I'm going to do some Sparkcraft tinkering with the bowler gun blueprints, which is a study role because I'm discovering how to make it basically.
Yeah.
So I locked myself away in a workshop, work on it for a day or 2.
Okay.
So yeah, so just a study roll, so that's 2 dice. I get an extra level of my artificer because it's Sparkcraft, and that's it basically.
So you get 2.
2 and a 3, so yeah, I get 2 and
2
finish
ticks,
off.
yeah. Using the
2 ticks on Bollywood.
Yeah, so we've got the bowler gun blueprints.
I'm also going to craft the bowler gun, which is a tinker roll. I need to know basically from Matt what the minimum quality level is and what rare, strange, adverse effect of this formula or design. Oh, sorry, that's mine. So,
yeah. So I ask you, what type of creation is it? What does it do?
So, it's a gun.
Yeah.
Which has 2 balls on like a chain,
yeah.
or like a piece of wire. And basically, when you fire it, so there's one in the barrel and like one below. And when you fire the one out the barrel, it releases the one below, and it starts like spinning.
Yeah.
Like it could be.
I've seen a design for it. I actually googled it. Someone's made one on D&D.
Oh right, okay, yeah. So it's like it spins and basically.
And the described it's very accurate. It's on top and it spins.
Spins around and like basically wraps around someone's legs or around their arms to basically like catch them and make them fall to the floor or like encompass them in some way. So. Yeah. That's what it is. What's the minimum quality level of this?
Minimum quality level is a 1.
Okay. And
it's a gun. You're basically manufacturing a gun that you already have to make.
Yeah.
Now the caveat there is it's a 1, but it's inconspicuous because it's a large weapon.
Okay.
You could, to make a higher tier version of it, make it cut it down so it can fold away.
Okay.
But it will cost higher tiers. That's something you will realise as you do it. Just want to give the option of having something that could potentially improve it.
So what tier would it be? Oh, so I'd have to...
You'd have to basically... You can... So it says later on, I notice it's modifying items.
Yeah.
And that's what basically gives me an idea. I think it's...
oh, right, for that
equivalent.
break down into 2 sections, yeah. So, so I'd have to do another action to modify it to make it... So that's one of the drawbacks then, it's conspicuous.
It's conspicuous, yeah, as it is currently, it's conspicuous. So I ask you, what rare, strange, or adverse effects of this formula of this design have kept it in obscurity or out of common usage?
It's not generally
it's a freaking bowl.
It's not a common technique.
Most people throw them.
Yeah,
and even that's like quite tribal. Like Doskvol as a city is a bit more sophisticated, I suppose.
Yeah,
like it's more of like a tribal weapon, really, like a throwing bowl.
A lot of the Thadeus use it, which makes sense why you'd have them because you've got friends. You're quite friendly with Silver Nails. Because they're the horseback people.
Yes.
So they use them from from the horsebacks. It's also found various, and like a kind of way of doing it is from the Dagger Isles, which are a small group of people who live on islands, archipelago. So you've got some experienced people who've used them before, probably got inspiration from. But the Silver Nails Silver Nails are in fact known to use them because Thadeus used them. But yeah, they throw them because they're the horseback.
Yeah.
Tribesmen. Yeah. They throw it.
And to just give you a little glimpse into Thadeus's mind, I mean, he's already imagining upgrades such as like putting a grenade in, like a grenade launcher, and maybe even like a shock launcher or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, is there any other drawbacks in conspicuous?
There's nothing to like tie 2 rats' tails together and use 2 rats.
Oh, maybe. Maybe fire the beacon.
Oh, it's conspicuous.
Yeah, that's
conspicuous you've already got. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, conspicuous.
It
takes heat. Get notice, yeah, conceivable, no, rare, no, unreliable, no, volatile, no, conspicuous.
It's just conspicuous.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, when someone fires a bowler gun, people are going to hear about that,
Yeah. For the crafting roll, I do get 1 plus quality for the workshop crew upgrade, and I get +1 because of my artificer special ability. So let's just roll that. 4, so that is quality level equal to tier, which we're tier 1, which goes up to tier 3.
You make it.
Tier 3.
Oh, tier 3?
Yeah, because it goes up for the workshop and then up for my artistry as well. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I've matched it, so yeah.
So you have a bowler gun.
Tier 1, yeah. And that's 2 of my downtime activities. Just on like an off sort of, I guess, meandering thing. Can I go and check on Dr. Flint and see if he's about?
Yes.
Is he about?
He is about.
Okay, I'll hand deliver the school to him, or like knock on his door and see if he's available. For
Yeah. Voice comes from inside. Come in.
Oh, Dr. Flint, I've
Oh yes, hello dear boy. And he closes the book he's reading.
I've got something you might be interested in.
His wine.
It's not wine.
Is it good spirits?
No.
And then he says that like the spirit bottles start rattling. He goes, stop that.
Not good.
Good tobacco. And he's just runs through like an actual guessing game with you.
Look, let me just show you, okay? And I'll unwrap the skull and then place it down on his desk.
Kind of like take this pipe out of his mouth and like poke it with the pipe a little bit.
I mean, you can see these runes, can't you? That's not normal. That's not in everyone's head, is it?
Well, this is a skull.
This is part of a skull.
Oh yes, bone fragments. I see. Oh, strange fellow. Must have was this done? Presuming post departure of the spirit.
I mean, yeah, his head got blown off, and this is the resulting matter.
Well, my question is whether he's here before he died or after. But like, did you carve them after he died? Did you find?
No, this was inside his head.
While he was alive.
While he was alive.
I was more curious. You have no idea how they got there.
This is what I'm asking you about.
Oh, you're asking me how they
Yes.
got there? Oh, I see. I understand now. Of course, yes. Well, that makes sense. I'm the expert. And he seems a little distracted.
Okay.
But he starts looking at it, kind of starts fumbling it, turning it over his hands, runs his finger on the grooves. He doesn't recognise these. Leave with me. I'll do some investigations. I'll make some calls to friends and see what I can bring out.
Does it interest you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not to put it how you put it, not everyone walks around with these carved inside their head. And he does your accent.
Well, actually,
Who was the fellow you got this from? The deceased.
do you remember that dude we brought you? 4 weeks ago.
Vaguely.
It was him.
Oh, you killed him?
We killed him, yeah. You disposed of his body, if you remember.
I did, yes, the headless fellow.
Yeah, this is part of his head.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't notice it yourself, actually.
I wasn't digging through his remains, was I? I wish you told me sooner. You could have possibly kept the body to see if there was further evidence.
Well, you've got this.
And he like stands there, he's like, okay, I must be going. It'll be too late, but possibly the bones can be recovered. And he starts talking to himself. And you just hear possibly the bones can be recovered.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask him, where have you been the last few weeks? You've not been about.
Oh, here and there. Don't worry.
Oh, nothing you want to tell me about then?
Well, I wasn't going to get you in trouble now, would I?
Yeah, I've got enough of that, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Right, I'll see you later, Doc.
Yes, good evening. And he's already like forgotten you. Is like you just hear like you walk out. He's already like turned back to his work. He's gone like
Okay.
And you see him like hurriedly putting his coat on through the window.
Cool.
It seems like he's going out and do something. The last bit you hear was, if I can still get the bones.
Oh right, okay. Merrick, do you know what you want to do?
I think Merrick is going to work on a long-term project, and I think he's going to try and find the source of Tainted. I think. Do you remember how we did last time?
I think you're reading books, weren't you?
I think it was about reading books.
All the knowledge in the world's in books.
It is pretty much in books. So I think he's going to do some more of that and head to the university library or wherever there is information on spirits and demons specifically and powers.
Yeah, the spectrology.
Spectrology.
I think it's the university. I think you're right. It's because the university is an academy in Doskvol. I do believe it's
I think the academy's more military, isn't it?
I agree, yes. I think it is the university in particular that you'll be studying. So, what action are you going to be taking?
I'm going to study.
No, it's College of Immortal. So you got a couple options here.
Okay.
The Academy has the College of Immortal Studies, which is a theology department, includes history, philosophy, spectrology, and pre-classicalism studies, but also music and theatre.
Okay.
The Charterhall University, which is pretty huge. That's that. You got the Morland Hall of Unnatural Philosophy, and the Morland Hall is known to harbour, or rumoured to harbour, many secret societies, some of which you flirted with during your time. The Path of Echoes, the Forgotten Gods, the Church of the Flesh, basically all the religious kind of, nut jobs go there. Or, that's not unfair to him. The religiously inclined or spiritually inclined go there, I always do the same voice, but, and you're 18, man, you go to university and, you got to explore, expand your horizons. They go to the Morland Hall. But it does have spectral philosophy, introduction to modern metaphysics, and ethics in demonology as its topics.
Whoa. Ethics.
That sounds
Ethics and demonology.
that sounds very interesting. So yeah, I think in that case,
The universe probably easier for Merrick to get to because he knows it.
yeah,
And it's more open to students.
yeah. Where was the other place?
The academy is on. It's near the Lord Governor's place.
Yeah. Well, the university is what place with the secret societies and stuff like that. Okay. So in that case, I think I want to, because obviously he kind of like was around at that kind of time when
Mhm.
and they were the societies were around at that time. He might not necessarily know anybody that's still in it, or maybe he does, but he'd certainly know like where they meet and
Yeah,
maybe even a
absolutely.
secret handshake of one of them or something like that.
Yeah.
He didn't really go heavy into it, but he, it's something that he's definitely flirted with.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be. I think he wants to kind of like find someone that's in one of those societies and kind of just like take them out to drinks and like surreptitiously ask about that kind of thing.
Okay, cool.
That kind of like, imagine if you could get powers from demons, like human augmented. Stuff like that, slip it into conversation, be like, try and gauge if you know anything about that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, do you want to go to Doskvol Academy, which is in White Crown? That's where the academy campus is. And it's, they're both huge. Or do you want to go to Charterhall University in Charterhall?
I'd say it's the university.
University.
That's what Merrick
Cool.
knows.
So, you're going to Morland Hall. Going to try and find one of the secret societies.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What action taken?
It's going to be a consort.
Consort roll.
Yep.
Risky standard.
Would there be anybody there that he that would have been there while Merrick was in?
It was
Not
about 10 years ago.
Yeah,
So
not
less
in
professors.
student terms, and none of the professors not at the moment. You could definitely take a downtime action to start investigating them, what would you say? Like when you get back in touch with someone, it's like reignite those relationships. You could definitely do a downtime action to start doing that. A clock to start doing that.
Yeah, go on. I'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Let's start a long-term project for that, so that I can fill in that long-term project.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let's try to
Get
call
rid of
this.
this
It would be
More clocks.
reignite such a wrong word. I know, like there's not. There's like
Rekindle?
rekindle relationships, rekindle university relationships. Thank you. Yeah, cool. So that's the clock. Will be a 60 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think I'll get some good information out of those guys if I find them though. So, what would the name of the clock be?
Rekindle university contacts.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna consult to do that. I'm gonna like.
So you doing that one or you doing the tainted one first? Which one do you want to do? 'Cause that's just so you got the option to do it.
Yeah. I think that I want to try this site, try and find this society and like find those contacts first, and then
Yeah, sure.
hopefully they will know something about tainted stuff. So I'm gonna do a consult, just kind of like, ask around. Hey, is there a secret society
Yeah,
here?
man, risky standards. I am looking for a secret society.
Yes.
No one.
That is a 6.
6. 3 ticks on that clock, man. Boom, boom, boom. Halfway done.
Okay. Right, there you go. You want to get rid of any more clocks? I can start a new one. Is there any clocks that we can hide? Well,
Oh yeah, we can now hide clocks. Not gone, and we just
Recruit Dajan.
Recruit Dajan, I don't think that's priority, so I'll just hide that one for now.
And find the Emporium.
Find the Emporium, yeah.
And that's probably it. I mean, red/blueprints probably as well, since we're probably going to help them.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just.
Let's do it.
I mean, we can still see them.
We can still see them,
screen,
so
yeah,
it's just on the screen.
cool. Yeah. Just while I was at Dr. Flint's, can he do a bit of tinkering on me, on my body? Thaddeus?
Yeah, you want to heal up? Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
He's tier 2.
Tier 2, he's an expert. He's always one tier higher in the gang.
Yeah, so we're tier 1 strong. So
He's tier 2.
Oh god.
You get a tick.
Tick on what, sorry?
He's doing
Healing.
So poor.
Flint is really distracted.
He is really distracted.
Super distracted.
You should have done it before giving him the skull.
I'm gonna pay a coin for him to do it again.
Okay,
I'm gonna
go.
like basically like just. I'm gonna ask him what he's distracted about.
Okay.
First of all,
what action you think? He's not just going to tell you.
I will take a consort roll.
Okay. Risky standard. He likes you. He doesn't want to tell him he likes you.
I know.
He's like, oh, it's just been long weeks traveling. Don't worry. Yes. Okay. Let me go get some more painkillers for you. And he'll take the coin and go get some better items, allowing you to reroll.
Okay.
So he goes and gets some better items.
Thank you, Dr. Flynn. Oh my god, if I don't roll a 4, thank god.
So 4
Okay,
to 2
2
ticks.
ticks.
You
Yeah.
officially
Oh,
you
yeah,
have one
yeah,
tick.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. So it's healed up. So you
I had a tick from before.
What was it? What's the one? Beaten.
Beaten, yeah.
Beaten. Yeah. So you're fully healed.
I've had that for a long time. Actually.
Yeah. Eventually, he resets a bone for you.
I think I got beaten when I was facing Scope. She beat me.
Yeah.
She beat me down.
Cool. So as he resets one of your bones that start to heal wrongly, and then gives you a bit of something for the pain, you feel that movement fully come back into your arm.
Yeah. I'm feeling better. And that's all my downtime activities.
Guys, you're doing good, aren't you? You know, no stress, no heat, no pain.
I've got an idea about how we can...
Money in the vault? I mean, you might just retire now, right?
Where are you going to throw at us? What's going to happen?
And that's the end of the series. So, no.
I've got an idea for a score tonight, like a way we can perhaps put an end to this Una.
Cool.
I mean, I think if...
And I think we've had good ideas around sabotage, which I quite liked.
Oh yeah, I
concept
suppose
of-
we could do that, yeah. I mean, my other idea was to maybe use the fact that she thinks that one of her rivals has got her papers. Perhaps we break into her rival's house, basically like just bind him up, put him in a closet or something like that, and then invite her like round for dinner, and then basically like get her around into his house. We lock the doors, and then basically just do the job.
Yep, let's do it.
But I think Thaddeus would stress that he doesn't want it to be he wants it to be quick and painless for her. Like perhaps like even like trying to slip like a sedative into a food or something like that, or into like a drink, or like something that's not.
How long do you expect us to be able to pretend to be her rival?
I mean, I've got a blowgun. I've got a blowgun and darts and syringes actually. So I can.
I actually love
No.
If we make it all the way to dessert, I'll be amazed.
No. This is cool. We'll
like Merrick sits there like waiting, just eating his dinner like, hello, this is lovely. Yeah. We've never met, by the way.
Oh no, that's so good. Like you can dress as his butler, right? We like tie him down like to a table, like his dinner table, like there. We get her in the room, like you introduce her and like get her into the dining room, right? I'm behind the door. I grab her, inject her in the neck with a syringe, like and then basically just like
or something.
yeah, like just OD her like, with something like like Doskvol equivalent of like a knockout drug basically.
Yeah, opium, morphine.
Yeah, something like that, and just basically OD her.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, okay,
Let's do it.
fair enough.
Cool, so...
There's a few things. There's a few like gather information roles we might have to do to find out where one of her rivals lives.
Yeah.
I mean, could you give us a name of who? I know. I said.
Yeah, no, that's like doing enough. Let me just get this. Let me get the information.
Because I did actually put his name on her desk, like.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got such a good idea. You're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like
No,
this.
I'm not. Whatever you're thinking.
This is so good. This is so good.
I guess you're not going to tell me.
Not right now.
Spencer
Spencer.
Winthrop. Not wind. Spencer Winthrop.
I've got WYNST. Sorry, TH.
Yeah, that works.
R
As long as we've got it correct, that
W
works.
X Y twee.
Tweed B XY smiley face.
So he's a lecturer at the academy, and is often decried Una for being what he terms reckless and supporting insufficient theories with circumstantial evidence. And he has a little bit of clout with that because he used to teach her.
Oh right, is it like an ex-lecturer?
Yeah. Her fans say he's jealous and he's been overshadowed by her. They just want to say no, she's just wrong.
Okay.
Cool. So you're gonna bind him, gag him,
No, just like
lure her to his house,
Yeah.
and then kill her.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
that's
that's the
that's
plan.
what Merrick thinks we're gonna do.
That's what we're going to do.
So
That's
that's
exactly
the
what we're
plan.
going to do.
So with that in mind, I think now's a good time to have a break.
Yeah.
We'll get a drink and make some plans, and then we'll see you in about 15 minutes, guys, for tonight's score.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
This is gonna be bad.
I'm going to hate you at the end of tonight. And it's what you think.
Even more paranoid than ever.
Yeah. See you guys.
See you in a bit.